Guys, welcome to the Learning to Lose podcast. Patrick Ridge,
Billy Bob, Jordan Woodrum,
Billy Brandenburg, and we have Jordan here. It's crazy. Like, Jordan's gonna be the night manager at Graceland. Did he tell you? Did he tell you?
Yeah.
And his story, I mean, his story is really cool. He found. Can you just sort of kind of run us through like how you found me and the whole process or the whole thing?
Yeah. 1 second. So,
Well, I mean, actually, before we do that, we just finished our Sermon on the Mount meeting in the common area here, downstairs in the basement of Graceland. We did a mock meeting upstairs where we kind of put Rudy on blast a little bit. Have you been paying attention at all to what's been going on with Rudy and Wickham?
no.
Rudy basically pretty much attacked her online yesterday.
Wait, who attacked who?
Wickham attacked Rudy. I mean, he didn't attack her. He just, why I hate Rudy, part 1, part 2. Fucking, she's distracting in the workplace. She doesn't acknowledge my feelings. Just a lot of, non-solution based, feelings out there. What?
She's an easy one to blast.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I could blast her too, but I'm not going to.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she watched the video. She saw her part. She apologized. We put her on the group today, and we put her in the hot seat tonight upstairs. We're going to be doing groups here. You were there the whole time.
Yeah.
You tell us what happened.
All right. So, basically, we're just almost going through like a situation, like what's going to be happening on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
And basically just in a group setting, we're all going to be holding each other accountable. And in a way, pretty much just we work around the room, we check in with everybody, and we're all going to be living together. So there's house issues. And naturally, when you're this close to people, then things are going to be brought up. Like if you saw somebody didn't do their dish earlier, if you saw or even if there's tension in the house between relationships. And apparently there were some real life scenarios that happened today. And I don't know the full extent, but I did see some things on TikTok and stuff. So I kind of got the gist of it. I had to do my homework before I even showed up here. You know what I mean? I read ahead a little bit.
What did you see?
I saw that apparently Wickham, and I don't even know him that well, but I'm going to say it, said that he used the word hate referencing to Rudy. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, am I right? And I saw your follow-up and saying we can say things it's all about posting the good and the bad, right? But he used the word hate. So it definitely has a negative connotation to it. But
He wasn't in the solution,
right?
Nor was he looking at his part. He was just, just on some vengeful shit, which I don't really ever want to be. I mean, I might even put someone on blast, meaning I'll just show them on a freak out like I have with, Astrid or whatever. But I'm not saying this woman, I hate this woman.
Right.
No, we're all flawed. And this is just something that she did in my house that wasn't cool. But I don't want her to, I don't wish harm. I don't want to hurt her. Although that post might be upsetting to her, but I didn't really say anything bad about her. I just showed what she did.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing. Even though something was directed at her, we got to look at our part in every situation, right?
Yeah.
So, there were some things that may have happened first that, that were addressed, and that, she had to look at her part in things, which in every situation we all do.
So I just brought up why she's starving for male attention. We talked about that. You're always making it about you. You're like yesterday. She was in there doing a dance and she's just always looking for to get attention, and she's bored and she just wants to it's like I'll be having a conversation with someone and like she'll be over there talking about like, fuck, why can't I do this? It's like, could you just figure that out and not like bring us all into it? I love her to death. She's super talented and creative, and she has 100 days sober. And like, what 24-year-old like hot chick with 100 days sober isn't going to be acting that way, right?
But what did she do? Just so I know, what did she do that pissed everyone off?
Well, she didn't piss everyone off. It just pissed Wickham off.
What'd she do?
She laughed, apparently, when he was expressing his, like, some, just depression about some ex. And, he was just, going through, he was talking about his suicidal tendencies, and she kind of like was like, you're still upset about that? It happened a year ago. To be honest with you, I'm pretty sure he just misinterpreted her reaction. And then also she went outside while he was on the phone with his therapist, and he was like, could you go inside? And she was like, yeah, what's the big deal? And then she went inside, and she was like, were you talking about me with my therapist? And he was like, yeah. And she's like, well, you probably shouldn't talk about me with, and then he was like, you're just fucking, he's like, you're just so untreated and sick, and like, you're not doing steps. And like, he fully has a part in it.
She has a therapist?
No, he was on the phone with his therapist, and she came outside. He has a psychiatrist and a therapist.
I think Rudy could definitely use a therapist.
Well, that's kind of what happened today, right? Like, we grouped her a little bit. I mean, look, I'll just show you the post, Billy, since you're like way out of the loop these days. Oh, there's that fucking sound again.
We're talking about how Rudy craves male attention, or attention in general. I think we all do. It's disruptive. Sometimes that craving attention, it's okay to want to have validation, but the problem is when it's starting to disrupt.
Like you just getting up and dancing, but like when we're having a conversation and then you doing that can be distracting and unnecessary.
Yeah. And then we wonder why Wickham. So before I even ask Wickham his thing, I just want to give you an opportunity. Get honest, or just speak your piece and what you're aware of it. Are you working on it? Or
it's not like I don't know that I'm doing it and that I don't feel bad after I've done it. It's kind of like watching a tidal wave hit a beach.
Tidal wave hitting the beach, you have no control over. What do you do with yourself?
That's what it feels like, is what I'm saying. It's not like the reality of it.
But that's why you get 1,000 words for leaving an item out. That's why we're making you be super. We're talking about how Rudy.
Get it?
Yeah, but she's getting a lot of attention just by doing that. But anyway, I got it. I get it. I got it.
But like, so did you hear what Prosser said?
No.
He's on the podcast next, by the way.
Oh, cool.
He said, a tidal wave you have no control over.
Right.
But like, you're basically, so basically what you're saying is you have no control over your emotions. That's bullshit. So we're going to help her try to be more aware of what she's doing and when she's doing it, and then maybe she can try to stop it.
Cool.
So that happened.
I wonder if instead of him just telling us where he came from, if I could ask him.
Yeah. I love it.
Are we back to that?
Yeah,
Or are we
like,
still on Rudy?
No, we're back. We're on that.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, just so you know, I'm having a little bit of a conflict in my head because I don't want to talk shit about poor Rudy. I feel bad because, like you said, she's got 100 days sober. She's 24. It seems like all she's interested in is either working or getting attention, and won't do anything else at all whatsoever. And
like, what do you need her to do?
Dude, I walked into her bathroom and like shocked.
Wow.
And she never does a dish. I mean, you know, I'm cool with it because she doesn't make a lot of messes, and I'll do the dishes and clean or whatever, but I'm starting to feel more bad than upset for her. Like, anyway,
like maybe she needs to like be living here and be a part.
She might need some structure or something. Yeah.
Well, that's, I mean, you want to talk about like a real solution?
And the thing is, she's like, she was giving me her psychology, and I'm like thinking, if you have your own place, girl, you're gonna have to buy toilet paper. You know, like, and anyway,
Psychology about what?
About why her room is a wreck, and Martha opened the door, and she was hoping she didn't. I feel like I'm gossiping here. God bless you, Rudy.
No, you're not. This is what we do. It's all out in the open. We're being transparent.
Well, whatever. She lives like a fucking pig, and it's like shocking. That's all.
Are you all roommates?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah.
So it's bothering you.
And not so much because she has her little space, but I have a judgmental mind, and I got to combat that all the time. Plus, she gave me some grief, and I didn't even want her there in the first place. There was a whole thing about that.
Hold up. By the way, this is my sponsor. He has like 5 years sober.
All right.
And he's like the spiritual, humble.
I don't know if you should. I don't know if that's true.
No,
I'm in recovery.
He's my co-host on this podcast, and he didn't know how to send an email like 6 months ago. I mean, like I heard him sharing, and I was attracted to his like humility, and he has something I don't. We're like almost opposites. You can probably tell, but he's got. So we balance each other, and like we work steps, and that's who Billy is. I don't even know if you know that or
No, I had no idea.
Right.
But I mean,
Yeah.
What's your name again?
My name's Jordan.
Jordan. Okay, my best friend's name is Jordan. So I'm gonna start asking you. So where did they find you? How'd you end up here?
I found them on TikTok.
Okay. Are you in recovery?
I am.
And were you following them for a while, or how'd that happen?
So who followed them first was my friend Amber, and she knows that I'm in recovery. Mm-hmm. And like when she sees people that are so, like, we all have those people in our lives, right? That like that aren't sober but are really dear to us. So whenever they think of recovery, or whenever they meet somebody sober, they could be like, yo, my homie's sober. You know what I mean? Yeah. And, like when she sees sober people, she thinks about me, and she started following you all on TikTok, like religiously, you know what
following
I mean?
You or
no,
them?
we followed
you said
each other.
Me. Oh, you, okay.
Yeah, no, following Learn to Lose, following
you,
Pat.
Billy.
Yeah.
You're a part, all of us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, him too.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I haven't posted in so long.
But not on TikTok, but she's listened to the podcast. She sits in on the meetings. You know what I mean? She's like
really?
Fully involved.
Wait,
I'm not
Amber, do I know her?
She lives in Kentucky. That's where I'm from.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Billy. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, what? Yeah.
I mean, this is amazing. It's amazing to me that like that anybody is getting anything out of what we're doing. It's pretty.
Well, it's a trip because she's not sober, but she's into it.
So she was one of those people that actually quit drinking on her own to better her own life for 2 years, and just recently started drinking again.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, on those 2 years, she learned some things, and a lot of those things were probably a lot of the principles that she hears from this stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah, she started following. When she started following, she started learning all the relationships that go on with the family and like stuff like that. And she just starts to like she got invested. You know what I mean? And she told me, she's like, she says that to herself when like she's down. She's like, you need to learn to lose. Or she'll sit in on the Sermon in the Mount meeting, which she did tonight. The meeting last night, she was on it the entire time on live.
Last Monday,
yeah. And and it helps her, you know what I mean? And knowing that I'm sober and knowing that I'm all the way across the country in LA, she just started sending me the TikToks. And I started watching, and like I saw that the house opened, and like this is how crazy it is. Like in my head, like I was out of a job, and before I knew it, like it took one email, and before I knew it, like they were willing to even like not only email me back but interview me, which was like in my life, like things like that don't always happen.
And you know what's so crazy? We get a lot of emails, so it's like I don't know how it like happened so quickly. And when we met him, it was just like obvious. He's just like it's a vibe. You can just tell that like he's on the level. So I was actually just thinking about that. I was thinking about like, yeah, just how the universe or God or however you want to say it just kind of works out. Things just sort of fit into place eventually, you know?
How long have you been here?
LA?
Yeah.
Like 5 years. A
How
little
long
over
have you been
5 years.
sober?
16 months on the first.
What were you doing?
This past run,
Yeah.
alcohol, Xanax, GHB, meth psychosis brought me in.
So you were sober before and you went out again?
Yeah.
How long were you sober before?
Since I've been in LA, the last sobriety before that was like 10 months.
How have you ever got over a year or so? Well, now you have over a year.
Yeah. So
Did you ever have any long-term sobriety?
I did. Yeah. I had just about 20 months when I lived in Kentucky.
How old are you?
30. Yeah.
Oh, you look young. Well, that's young, but cool. Yeah. So, wow. One email and here you are.
So you emailed me.
Yeah.
And what'd you say? You know, it might have just been how he worded the email. I just forwarded it to fucking. What'd you say? What'd you say?
So I knew that I just got one of my friends into treatment, and I started the email off was just saying like basically at the very least, like I know somebody who needs it. He's in residential treatment right now, and I don't know what his options are for sober living after that. And I was like, and by the way, like I'm actively looking for a live-in house manager job right now, just in case you all were interested. And it was like right after that, I was sending my resume.
Did we post anything about needing a live-in house manager?
No, it was just like I saw the email, I saw the place, and I was like, I didn't know if I was the first person to even think of that. You know what I mean? But
no, we get a lot of people saying they want to help and shit, but not everyone's sober or knows what it's like to be a part of a structured sober living. And but will you tell us a little bit about like your story, because I think Billy will trip on it.
Yeah, like my first like
just like
what
the
introduced me to the steps and
like the cocaine trafficking.
Yeah. So that's what introduced me to this. Right. Yeah, I started off selling weed, and then one day like they came to me, and I feel like I got demoted almost, because they were like, yo, like we have this white stuff and these blue pills, and they were like, we think you do great selling.
So wait, so you hooked up with some dealers or suppliers,
right?
And how old were you? How long ago was this?
When I started, I was just over 18. So
you just happened to know these people who had a steady supply, and you started selling for them?
So I got a DUI when I was I got 2 DUIs by the time I turned 18, and I met a dude in jail, in my local jail, and he cut my hair. He was pretty cool, and I got out, and that's who the supplier was. So I had a rapport with him, like I was like, oh man, this guy, like I like this guy, and I know this guy likes me. So like I know he's got I know he probably hooked me up with some weed, and my friend just got caught selling weed, so I'll just take over all of his business. And I hit him up, and it was like no one else ever thought to hit that guy up, and that's how I started.
Are you a fan of Lil Peep?
I love Lil Peep.
Okay, yeah. Did you talk to Wickham at all?
No.
Did you see him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are gonna vibe.
Yeah,
he's cool as
so
fuck.
The crazy thing about Lil Peep is his birthday is the day before mine, and I actually overdosed on either the same day or the day after he did.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're into Suicide Boys.
Yeah.
Who else?
Like in general?
Sorry, we're gonna get back to the thing.
Yeah,
I just want
cool.
Any listeners who are like,
Lil Peep's a rapper, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is actually low key gearing up to be like one of our best podcasts, I think, because it's starting to shape. I think this podcast is starting to take shape, right? Because now we're in this house, and we can really start focusing more on like recovery, which is kind of what this should be. But I mean, we're going to be able to do
I want an option to do whatever we want.
I'm just whatever. Fuck all that. This is just a really good one. Okay. I think this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, so Lil Peep, XXX, Tentacion, Juice WRLD's the man.
My company filmed like Rolling Loud and like a bunch of like, did you?
That's my favorite. Like,
yeah, of course.
Like when I watched, like when I used to show people Lil Peep, I used to show him Rolling Live Loud.
Yeah.
When he was wearing that giant chain and that pink shirt. And he
Yeah.
was like, yeah, that's one of my favorite.
Oh, is that the dude you were kind of obsessed with for a minute? No, that's somebody else.
Post Malone.
No, the really weird guy with the bowl cut.
Oh, that's fucking 6ix9ine.
Oh.
See, I fuck with 6ix9ine because of that reason. Because out of all those dudes, he's in my mind like the most ballsy and the most punk rock. But let me ask you this: do you know of like NoFX or Lagwagon or Strung Out or
Not yet?
So like Lagwagon is like Ghostmane's favorite group. And
I was listening to Ghostmane today.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
Yeah.
Okay, but like the shit that influenced all those dudes, you know, is the shit I fuck with. And I it's gonna be hard for me to not go to the like that shit's better thing, because I respect all this stuff, but to make this kind of music that you like, that I respect, you don't really need to know how to play an instrument well. But the music that those fools were influenced by, like Lagwagon and NoFX and Strung Out, and even like Blink-182, and you know, like we're talking about like real songwriting and real like chord progressions and like, you know, artistic, not that this shit isn't artistic, but like, you know, lyrics and just being able to actually sing really well and harmonize. And it's hard for me because I want to fuck with all this shit. Like I want to fuck with Lil Peep and all that stuff, and I kind of do.
Yeah.
But then I'll go and listen to like Strung Out, and it's just like, it's just, to me, just like so much better.
Well, like, is it because, like, when did you start fucking with them? Like, when did you start listening to them?
You know, like 21 or,
Yeah.
I mean, 18. Like, I'm just going to play like a Strung Out song real quick just so you can kind of.
So what kind of Kentucky are you from? Like, is it rural or city or suburbs or?
So I went to high school in Versailles, Kentucky. Shout out Woodford County. Shout out Versailles, Kentucky. When I was 18, I moved to Lexington. That kind of sounds like a Lil Peep beat a little bit.
No, this is like punk rock.
Yeah, no. And then I moved to Lexington, which is like one of the bigger cities in Kentucky, but there's not. It's like.
So, but where were you born and raised? Was it rural or suburbs?
I was born in. Okay, so I was raised in the suburb of the city, quote unquote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to get a feel for who you are, if you're a hillbilly or a city boy or whatever, you know.
Well, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. No, I'm not a hillbilly. I grew up, but I did grow up in a suburb, and like I feel like that's a lot of the reason I felt like I never really vibed or fit in there. No, and I don't think they were vibing with me either, if that makes any sense, you know.
Did you come from a decent family, or was it fucked up?
No, it was good. It was good. I was just a black sheep of it, and every family has their problems, obviously. But like, my dad worked hard. My mom, like, she's amazing. Like, she's so loving, and like every time I even let anyone talk to her on the phone, they're like, "Oh my gosh!" Like,
she's a sweetheart, huh?
Yeah, she has like that sweet Southern voice. You know what I mean? That's
what was your last name again?
Woodrum.
Okay.
So I was a little bit impressed. I don't know if you're just parroting what you heard, but the way you kind of made the breakdown of human interactions and being in a structured environment when you first sat down.
Just put your contact in there.
Were you in a sober living that had that kind of thing going on, or have you been? How do you know that?
Just put your number in there. I'm gonna text you this Strung Out album that changed my life.
So yeah, like after I got caught. I caught a case selling cocaine, and I went to jail, and the homies, they were just like, listen, you need to go to treatment to get out of trouble, get you a good lawyer. And that's what I did. And I went to treatment, and someone came in and they said this they said there's this place called the Shepherd's House, but you had to be committed, and it was a 12-month program. And yeah, I called the director, and I was like, I need to get in right now. You know, I need to fix this. And he was like, no, you gotta.
Were you feeling it? Like you wanted to get better, or were you just trying to get out of your trouble?
I was trying to get out of trouble.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you still wanted to use and do what you were doing.
I had no idea. I felt like I was missing out on the rest of my.
Were you using
20s.
the cocaine and stuff too? Or
yeah, yeah. But my main thing was opiates, but the cocaine was just there, and I would do it. You know what I mean? Because like even though I didn't necessarily love it.
Yeah, I didn't really like cocaine myself. I don't know why. I mean, I'd rather do speed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
I get weird and quiet on coke. Everyone else likes to talk. I like to look out the window. You know?
Were you smoking it or snorting it?
It depends on who I was hanging out with.
Oh, okay.
You know.
So he ended up at Shepherd's House, which is a structured sober living in Kentucky, and he knows of Liberty House. And you graduated?
Yeah, I graduated. Yeah.
So you did 12 months.
Yep.
And you turned your life around, sort of, kind of.
Yeah. No, I did 100%. Like I went in a child, and I came out like as much of a like 22-year-old drug addict that was, you know, rehabilitated in a structured sober living could have been.
That's
you know,
awesome.
close to being a man. They even had like a phase 4 house, which was kind of like my own apartment. And I went and I lived there, and then
so you continued after you got out.
Yeah, and I still got to go to my therapy like once every 2 weeks with my therapist, and I stayed there. And what fucked me up was I shouldn't have left, but like there was this like cool dude in the program that was taking everyone to all these meetings, and he sold me on being his roommate. He was like, yo dude, like come check out this house, like you could be a part of this. And then I moved in, and it was like out, like it was almost in the country, and like nobody there was really doing anything, and like everyone stayed in their room, and like I got caught slipping, you know.
What'd you slip on?
Not going to meetings.
No, I mean, what drug what was the first thing you did, or alcohol, or what?
Yeah, no, my first thing. So I went with my sister, her friend, and my best friend who's now dead, to a concert. And you know, like this was the dude that like I did everything with.
Oh yeah,
you know
that's
what
not
I mean?
a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was just like, yeah, he was paralyzed, but like if you were with this dude, you had the most fun you ever had in your life. And
so he was in a chair?
Yeah, he's in a chair. Yeah. And
but his hands worked.
Yeah, it was chest down.
Okay.
And that's whose house I actually got raided when I got caught. But I was out with him, and like I'm looking at him, and he's dancing, and like there's just something inspiring as somebody in a wheelchair like having that much fun. And I was like, man, I hadn't been doing anything, and I was like, I made it through the concert. It was I'll come back to it, and then we all went to the club afterwards, and I thought like, you know, I was strong enough, but I didn't wake up thinking I was going to do it that day. I went to the bar, and like I didn't want anyone to even see me. Like I went to the corner, and I only knew how to order 3 things at that point, and it was a LIT, a Vegas bomb, or a beer, and I got a double Vegas bomb. It was like $30, and I just chugged it, and yeah, that was that.
Did you trip once you chugged it? Like, oh fuck, what did I do? Or were you like, well, this feels good?
I tripped, and then I was like, this feels good, but then I was like, I need more to make that trip go away, you know?
Mm-hmm. All right, well, shit. Sounds like you need this.
You listen to Joe Rogan?
All the time.
Yeah, there was this guy just recently on there. Did you guys hear that last one? They're talking about drugs a lot and legalizing drugs in where are they legalizing drugs? In Panama or some shit? Portland or?
I don't know.
It was one of the more recent podcasts with
I know the war on drugs doesn't work.
Dr. Carl Hart, this black dude with dreads.
I don't have Spotify. I've been listening to Joe.
Wow, a lot of people, I guess, haven't been listening to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a YouTube guy.
You're a YouTube?
Oh.
Yeah, I like YouTube.
Yeah, I do it while I work, so I can't watch, you know. Yeah.
Maybe it's because I'm not used to going to Spotify for like podcasts, like video entertainment yet. But I'm sure like it's gonna happen.
So you think you're down to watch over 20 crazy drug addicts?
I think that my last job qualified me to do that. Like I already know that it's gonna be like, it's not gonna be easy. There's gonna be hard times. There's gonna be times where like, you know, the boss is like, what the fuck's going on? Like, why is the house not clean? You know what I mean? And
well, there's that, and you're gonna have to be like authority but friendly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have to be the bad guy a lot of the time, but also cool enough where not everybody hates you. You know, like
right.
Yeah, but hold up. Here's the thing about the way the structure is gonna work in this house. As soon as one of the people in this house has, I don't know, 90 days, couple months sober, they're going to be in charge.
Oh, okay. There's going to be like a
hierarchy.
Yeah.
So
ranking.
he's not really going to be, and that's another thing is like that was a mock group. Like when we do real groups.
Oh, I'm gonna be in it too. They're gonna come. You know.
No. But that's the thing is like your staff.
Right.
You have how much time?
16 months, almost on the first.
So you have over a year sober. Like you're gonna be one of us. We're looking at the people that are paying to be here,
right?
And I don't think that it's gonna be rare that you're the one getting grouped. Rare, very rare. I don't think it's going to be really happening that way. I mean, but when we do house, I think I want to do a weekly house group with like staff where we're just having conversations about how we can run the house better and sort of like house meeting, you know, staff meetings. But yeah, as far as the groups go, like we're going to be, I just want you to pay attention so you can learn how to like do what you did tonight, you know, like just help new people see their shit.
Right. And is it Jason?
Yeah.
His delivery is spot on when it comes to that.
Yeah, he's fire.
Like it's positive but stern and like loving at the same time. It was like I was like, wow, I gotta like really watch this guy and like see, because like his delivery, it's like it's genuine, you know what I mean? But there's also like no room for interpretation on bullshit. I was like taking it in, you know?
Yeah, he's fire.
Yeah.
Standby means it's not recording?
No. So just press C1. So like what are some of your favorite things to do, or some of your favorite things in the world? Movies, or what do you like?
Starting with movies, I got the Pulp Fiction tattoo of Samuel L. Jackson on my leg. It's my favorite movie of all time, but I saw True Romance, and that movie was insane. But
that's great. So what made you want to see True Romance?
Someone told me Tarantino wrote it and sold it while he was in film school.
Yeah. And then do you know who directed it?
I'm not that, no.
Tony Scott directed True Romance, who's one of the greatest directors of all time. Yeah. But the Tony Scott, Quentin Tarantino team up was like, also, I feel like I want to say Quentin Tarantino also wrote Natural Born Killers, which Oliver Stone directed. It's another great, that was like my favorite movie when I was your age.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, it's fire. So Tony Scott did Man on Fire. You seen that? Top Gun
for sure. Yeah.
But like Tony Scott is that guy. So he does like the fucking epic. And if you watch Top Gun, and then you watch True Romance, you see this style that he had. It's like this 80s like misty, sick fucking cinematography, like action, fast-paced style. Tony Scott did some of the greatest films ever. But yeah, True Romance is like the most slept on, like greatest movie of all time.
Yeah, it's,
you know.
Yeah. I watched it like a couple months ago, and I was like, in my head, I was like, okay, like you can't tell me somebody else directed a movie, and like Tarantino was like, you know, like it's not better than like Reservoir Dogs or Pulp Fiction. You know what I mean? And I saw that and I was like, holy shit. And I'm like, I felt like it was like it almost had like a Sin City vibe or something like that. Like where it was like comic book style, but like fast paced, like you were saying. Maybe it's the cinematography that did it for me. You know what I mean?
I just, you know, honestly, like I love Quentin. He's amazing. But like Tony Scott has a fucking, he's just, I gotta say he's a better director. I mean, maybe not a better writer, because Quentin's a writer, right? He's also, I mean, Quentin's great with dialogue and story and all that character development, but Tony Scott like brings this fucking next level. I mean, Top Gun is one of the most beautiful films ever made. So he also did Deja Vu, Man on Fire. What are some of the other good Tony Scott films?
I don't know. I want to watch a good movie because I can't find anything to watch. Or
just watch any of Tony Scott's films.
Like, give me one.
So Tony Scott just started using Denzel Washington like a bunch, who's like the best. But
all
like,
right, so what's a good Denzel?
Man on Fire.
I've seen that though.
Okay, so I don't know. I'm sorry. This is very, very unlike me to not be able to name all of Tony Scott's films, but he did The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, which is cool. He did Domino, which is actually not great. Unstoppable, which is dope.
Ooh, Unstoppable. Okay.
Unstoppable is a great film. It's one of Quentin Tarantino's favorite films. He said it was one of the best films of the past decade, but it's slept on. It's like it's with Chris Pine and Tony Scott. It's about a runaway train. It's like action packed, but like
I think I've seen that.
Just
Darn
good though. Like he's the best action film director that there is. Maybe one of them. His brother is Ridley Scott, who did all the Alien, Prometheus, Alien, Blade Runner. So Tony Scott's brother is like a fucking.
They got to come out with some good stuff. I'm like, I can't find anything.
Well, it's kind of a different game right now with the shows and shit.
I tried to watch that show you recommended. I just can't. I even bought it, but I just can't watch it.
Which one? Kingdom? Oh yeah, no, that's. Did you ever end up finishing Raised by Wolves?
No.
It took a weird turn, bro.
Oh, really?
But the end was crazy, dude. She ended up getting pregnant, right?
Who's she?
The AI.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then she gave birth to this fucking little, like, gnarly, like, worm, like, dragon thing. Almost like, kind of looked like the Alien, but like a worm. And then at the end, it ended up being like a really, really big dragon worm. And it's like flying through the atmosphere, and that's how it ends. So like season 2 is going to be crazy.
Yeah, I don't have HBO Max.
All right, cool. So Quentin Tarantino, that's dope. I really respect that you went and watched True Romance, because that's like, you just opened a door, and then like, dude.
Now I'm through it. I'm going to like be looking up all that dudes.
There's a lot of cool stuff. Are you into the Coen brothers at all? You don't know who they are?
What have they done?
No Country for Old Men.
Love it.
Fargo.
I haven't seen. Maybe
Fargo's a masterpiece.
I gotta watch
that
it.
TV, that show?
No, the movie.
Oh.
The Coen brothers did oh no, that's Paul Thomas Anderson. You don't know Paul Thomas Anderson? Boogie Nights. There Will Be Blood.
Boogie Nights was that
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. It was about John Holmes, right?
Yeah.
I watched the Wonderland, and then I saw like that was recommended to me, but Wonderland was dope.
Yeah. But yeah, the Coen brothers I think are the greatest of all. I'm like a fucking film fanatic.
So you guys are just getting to know each other. Is this
I'm
the
bad
first
with
night
names.
you've hung like together, or?
Yeah. What'd you just say?
I'm bad with like directors' names and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
once
Yeah,
I
me
like
too.
fuck with someone, like get in, like their work, then like
Like what
I
you
love their
like
work.
what you did with Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
saw all his shit. So now it's time to see all Tony Scott shit. And then you'll start, you got to see all Martin Scorsese shit. Oh, you don't even know. So Goodfellas, Casino.
Yeah, Goodfellas is a masterpiece.
Yeah, so
yeah,
and then he did The Departed, and He just did The Irishman for Netflix. It wasn't that great, but Martin Scorsese is like.
Did he do Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to see all his movies.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, Oliver Stone, you got to see all of his. So when I was like your age, I was like doing the work, that work. Like I was like, oh, I really loved Goodfellas. I'm like, all right, how did this get made? Who was responsible for this masterpiece? Oh, Martin Scorsese. All right, let me just watch everything he made. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then I, you know, stumbled onto Oliver Stone and I saw JFK. Have you heard of that film? It's about the assassination of John F. Kennedy. And
is that a good one?
Dude, it changed my life.
Okay, so what's it called? JFK?
JFK. I mean, any Oliver Stone, because Oliver Stone makes JFK fucking
I'm sorry, but if you could get soft lights, at least in these two, it would just be so much better.
Oh, is it too bright?
It's that hospital sanitary bright. You know what I'm saying? Like
the white.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner's in JFK. He plays the cop who like sort of unravels the story. Because like, dude, JFK wasn't killed by Lee Harvey Oswald. I mean, the bullet, like, it was a fucking plot against the guy, and he exposes all. And then when the whole conspiracy behind it, and when I saw that film, it was like, it just really opened my eyes up to. You can't fucking believe anything the government tells you.
Did that have anything to do with like what they were talking about in The Irishman, where they had like that guy, like they were all watching TV and they were like, JFK just got assassinated, and they made it seem as if they knew what was going on with it.
Yeah, I don't really remember that, but I'm sure. Because the mafia and just higher up government, like CIA, and yeah, I don't really remember exactly what they were saying, but I will say that like it's all fucking related, you know? And there were people that were, I think the mafia was involved on some level with JFK's murder.
Can I ask you a music question?
But hold on though. Oliver Stone also did Born on the 4th of July with Tom Cruise. And, dude, fucking Oliver Stone, bro.
And Tom Cruise has been in so many good movies.
I mean, Tom Cruise is a fucking beast, bro. Then you have Michael Mann. Have you seen Heat?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm just, you know what I'm going to do? Oh, but do you remember that?
I just remember growing up and my dad had it on VHS and I thought the cover was so sick.
What do you remember about it?
Was it like a darker cover and like it had like at the bottom it just said Heat and then like had a couple photos as two dudes on it? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
That's cool that you think that's dude, Val Kilmer, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. I'm going to send this to you right now.
Okay.
Because this is just, have you seen Heat?
I don't know.
I mean, bro, then you both need to fucking see
JFK and Heat. When
so
I get home,
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you guys both Billy B and Jordan Woodrum. Whoa, that's crazy. That's you?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so wild. I just put that in my other phone and now it's in this phone.
That's crazy.
Okay, so this is the greatest action bank heist film by far ever made. The shootout in LA is fucking insane. These motherfuckers come out of the fucking bank. Val Kilmer and Robert De Niro with suits on and like fucking AKs, and the sound of the gunshots in the off the buildings in the downtown LA. It's just, I can't even explain it. It's really dope.
What about the one with Bruce Willis and Billy Bob Thornton, the bank robbers? What's that called? Where they shared a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I don't know anything about all this.
Yeah,
stuff.
That's like whatever. I think Billy Bob.
Bruce Willis has a new movie out, but I think he kind of lost his luster or something.
Are you sure that it was those two?
Yeah, positive. It was,
really?
It was fuck. My phone. What's it called?
Did you like 12 Monkeys?
I'll find it. Yeah, 12 Monkeys. That's
That was a good
another.
one.
So that's a great director. He did Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
That's a really amazing director. See, that's the thing. Is like when you find like a really, really, really good film, it's most likely a great director did it, and you can just go and down the rabbit hole of all the other shit that director did. Crystal, Bad Santa, Tolerable Cruelty, Level. Oh, Waking Up in Reno.
No, that wasn't it.
The Badge. Monsters Ball is a great. Oh, Bandits.
Bandits. Yeah.
That's like just whatever. Monsters Ball is fire. And The Man Who Wasn't There. That's Billy Bob.
Wait, what's so great about Monsters Ball?
It's just amazing film, dude.
It wasn't boring. I guess not. I think I saw it a long time ago, and I'm like, "What's all the fuss about?" I mean, it just seemed like a boring movie. But maybe it's a long
really
time ago.
I mean, dude, there's a scene in that movie where he goes, "Split dark oak." It's just dealing with like racism and like empathy, and I don't really actually fully remember it.
Me
But
neither.
The Man Who Wasn't There is another really, really good one by the Coen brothers. I think the Coen brothers are the greatest of all time. But you were going to ask him about music.
I want to ask you about this band. So people make fun of this band, and I think they're pretty cool. And I want to get your take on it. 311?
Dude, they were like one of my favorite. This fool like is Nick Hexum. You remind me of Nick Hexum and Little Peep, like a mix. But yeah, so 311's like one of the greatest bands of all time.
I think they're pretty great, right?
In my opinion.
The drummer's off. But why do people make fun of it?
Well, they have some corny shit.
Yeah.
But like they also have some fucking incredible. If you listen to like some of their early shit, it's like, whoa, that's really corny. But they were my favorite. At one point in time, they were my favorite band. You don't really know them that well, do you?
311, was that in the 90s?
Yeah.
What's their big hit that everyone knows?
They have a few.
I can't.
I don't know.
No, I'll just play it. Amber is the color of your energy. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's like that's like, this is the shit that like, I don't think that I don't know if we're going to get tased for playing this. But see, that's like kind of corny. But then they have like so many different types of
they have like the
beautiful
variety.
songs.
Yeah, like pretty stuff and kind of hard stuff.
Rap, reggae, rock.
Yeah,
they're like a
reggae's
fucking really, really talented band. But
Okay.
so what else are you into? What else do you like love?
Oh, surfing for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You go a lot?
I'm injured right now, but like when I can, like I'm out there like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week.
But you've only been surfing since you came out here?
3 years.
Oh, wow. And you just fell in love.
Yeah, I was into bodybuilding, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, I was like 40 pounds heavier, you know? And I surfed and I was like, whoa, like I had like such a negative image of my body, and like it just took over like this serenity in my brain that overcame that negative connotation I had with looking at myself in the mirror. It was crazy.
So what kind of injury do you got?
A bone contusion, and I wish it was gone.
What is that?
It's just like a gnarly bruise on the bone, but it like feels like it's broken. Like I can walk, but I can't like run. But I've got photos of.
I pretty much stopped surfing too because I have an old injury, and then sometimes I pop my knee out and I can't walk for like a month. So I'm gonna just boogie board from now on.
Do it.
I don't do that.
Yeah, saltwater's good.
Yeah, heals everything.
Yeah.
Where do you go?
So I started in Santa Barbara. I hit all those spots.
But where do you live?
I live in Venice.
Oh.
I've been back in LA since the day I got sober. I drove down from Santa Barbara just out of my mind and checked myself into detox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you were doing
Were you doing like the homeless thing in Santa Barbara?
No.
There's a huge homeless community up there.
Yeah. Oh, no. It's like right off Yonan Alley.
Yeah.
The street.
And they're like super catered to. They have all these...
People like go up and like ask them if they want to work that day. And like, it's right by like the trash. So like it smells bad there. That's like where they burn the trash. But across the street, that's where they all hang out. And people will just like go there and be like, yo, who wants to work today? And then they'll pick them up for jobs and stuff. It's also right down the street from like a homeless shelter that has a rehab program there. So
yeah, they have like a lot of those up there.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Astrid smashing? Did you? Should I read it?
Yeah.
Fuck, I've got butterflies already.
Whoa.
I haven't talked to her since she tried to destroy my life.
I wonder if she saw the TikTok video.
Is it recent? It's just a picture. Maybe she's trying to be friends or something.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, she's wrote this long thing.
Wow.
Oh, that's old. It's just a picture.
Of?
Me, her, and this dude from way back.
Right.
Wow, I look handsome there.
Oh, this woman. Whew. She, Billy had a bad situation with this woman.
Dude, you got to see this girl I just met on Hinge. It's like bending my mind. Because her bio, just read her bio. Don't even look at her, just read her bio.
I want to get into some God stuff too here in a minute.
I actually asked her tonight, what do you want us to talk about? And she gave me a good topic.
Oh, really? So
yeah.
Are
I just met her.
But like you met her like in person?
No. I didn't meet her in person. I got her phone number though. We're like communicating, but it was just a new one.
Whoa.
I know, she's like as pretty as you could possibly be, right? At least from her pictures. But look at her bio. That's what tripped me out. Like, who writes that on a dating app? But for me, it's like perfect.
Yeah. You mean like spirituality, Eckhart Tolle?
All of it. All of her. She has a few of them.
Witches, herb medicine, God. I mean, she seems almost like
the top
like,
one.
Do you spread love? Do you care for others? Like it almost seems like she's
catfish.
It's like no, it just seems like too much. Like
yeah, like she's super
shit.
intense or something.
I feel like sometimes there's like some of these. Well, Germany. She's in Germany.
She lives in Germany. No, she lives in Woodland Hills.
Oh,
she's from Germany.
She's from Germany.
Death Duola, music producer. Is she black?
No.
I can't tell. I mean, well, here she almost looks like kind of like she could be. No? Maybe. So do you pray a lot or what's up with your God thing?
Yeah, so it's crazy because we were talking about that in Sermon on the Mount.
Maybe she is.
And one of the things that I've found that helps with me is like reviewing my day. And I try to win the week, if that makes sense.
You what?
Try to win the week. So if you do 3 out of 7 days, you're losing. 4 out of 7, you win the week. And I've got everything dated in my phone about like doing a nightly review, asking myself those questions. And now I just started to text my sponsor straight up my nightly review.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. I didn't even notice that because I think she is.
Tonight?
I mean, all right. What, Billy?
Maybe she is. I didn't even notice that till you said that.
But are you? What was her topic?
Care if I
no, you're good. All right. Yeah, this is. I think we decided this is gonna be the no clients allowed down here room.
Yeah, especially if there's like gonna be stuff down here that's like valuable and
yeah, which makes it perfect because that way we can continue to do our Sermon on the Mount meeting and live stream it.
Yeah,
and it's not gonna be a bunch of clients. Yeah, you know.
My nightly review tonight, I don't know. It's like one of those things I really have to sit down, and when I look at selfishness, I try not to look at it as just like what I did that day. I try to look at it as like how I treated people and like what's really my thinking almost. Right. Like today could be, where was I selfish? And if I'm gonna truly think about it, it's like I'm rushing to get all of these things done so I can secure my spot here. Cause like, I think in the back of my head, like I tell myself all these crazy things like, yo, like you found this on TikTok. Like you better like,
no, you're in, bro.
Yeah. You better.
I mean, and you're on the ground floor.
That's crazy.
Like of something, God just puts you in a spot. So all you have to do is show up.
So yeah. And like
I never fired anyone in my life.
My head really,
except for like, he basically fired himself. I mean, that fool Wickham has like abandoned me twice.
Yeah.
And came back, and I'm like, all right, you ready now?
Just like,
I mean, I don't know. I guess this situation's a little bit different because we have Gus and some other people, but I think you're gonna be great.
Yeah, but then I think of that instead of like, what's the real point of like this movement? And it's like to help people that normally would not be helped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just to, and you know, there's this thing about like helping people too. That's like, it's not, I almost feel like I'm not, people tell me all the time, oh, you're really helping people. Like I could tell that you really care. You really want, it's not even that. It's just, I just want to be honest. And if somebody else, I don't know, it's like, I'm not really trying to like help a bunch of people.
Bro, you're humanizing.
What are you talking about? Is this all you're trying to do? What?
But it's like it's not that. That sounds so like self-righteous and like, oh, I just want to help people. It's like not even that. It's that I want to do this and only this so that I can be treated and I can have like meaningful relationships in my life and like have a good full life.
But for you to be good, you have to help people because that's how it works.
Yes, but I think that the helping people, if you're like trying to like help people, it doesn't really like work.
It's not authentic.
Yeah, like I'm just trying to just be honest. And if somebody else gets something out of my experience.
And it doesn't even have to be like as far as like talking to them about sobriety. Like I thought I was insane the other day.
Can you crack your window right next to you? Yeah. Thank you.
I thought I was tripping, man. Like I had a great day. Like I had a great day, and then it started raining, and then all of a sudden I had this thought. I was like, bro, like what if today's the day that like someone fucks up on the road, or if I fuck up on the road?
I thought that today too.
And then I watched that TikTok where you're like, my life could fucking change right now if I hit somebody. And I was like, bro, am I not the only fucking crazy person that just imagines a car wreck right then and there and starts to like, their heart beats fast? You know what I mean? I was like,
you know what? That wasn't even on TikTok.
Especially when it's
I think that was just my Instagram story. But so many people responded to that I think I'm going to put it on TikTok now.
Bro, you should. Like,
because that was such a crazy moment where I was like, whoa. Because I was all hyped, you know, I was like going to the studio, I'm like, all this shit's happening, and I was kind of driving a little crazy, because I get like punk rock, like I get like crazy sometimes.
He always drives crazy.
But this was like, I was really going crazy, and I was like, whoa, hold on a second. What if someone just jumped out in front of my car, and I hit him and killed him, and then an hour from that moment, where I'm thinking everything looks this way, now I'm in jail. And my whole life is now just totally upside down.
Yeah. That's why I always try to chill, because I don't want to run over a rabbit or a squirrel, a coyote, or a person.
Well, he's completely opposite.
Yeah.
You need to adopt some of my crazy, and I need to adopt some of your chill.
Yeah.
Because when his life fell apart, he started living at my house. And I was like, yo, like, this is how you do the email shit. Like, we're gonna start posting for you. And how many do you have now on TikTok?
I haven't posted, but I had like 7,000 last time.
Yeah, like we got him up to like 7K. I mean, this guy didn't even know. Like, he had like, 5 followers on Instagram. He was never posting, and then we got him up to 7. He started having people that were like, he was like,
I have met some cool people.
Yeah, he started getting his own fans, and I was just like helping him like adopt some of my like get shit done, post, check your emails, move fast. I was trying to. I guess I am trying to help people, but I just realized I had kind of an epiphany just now. I'm actually selfishly just trying to force my will on everyone around me and create a culture where I can lead. I think that's also a part of my agenda, which is a selfish agenda. But it just so happens to be that culture is centered around AA, Sermon on the Mount, spiritual principles. So I guess it's okay. It kind of works.
But is it selfish to think that, like, at the end of the day, as long as somebody gets helped, you know what I mean? Like, that should be the thing. And it's like, am I selfish for like judging the way that gets done? You know what I mean? Because that makes us feel like, in a way, like, to me, like, I think that it's putting myself in like this situation. I'm like, yo, like, I'll hit my sponsor up and be like, yo, like, I helped this fool, but like, maybe I talked too much about this, or maybe I did that, or maybe like I was like this way or that way. And then like my sponsor's reaction would be like, well, did you help him?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, I think so.
Yeah.
And then he's like, so why are you bringing yourself into it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, we can always like insert ourselves, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then that just like is still more of that condition that we have to treat, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
that's the
like,
magic of AA.
You're on blast, right? Because you're the one like putting it out there and doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. And it's like, but at the end of the day, did those people get helped? It's like, yeah, they like, I believe they do. And it's like, well, was I doing this, that, or the other? It's like, well, why are you even thinking about yourself right now? You know?
Yeah, I'm over it. And when you start doing it on like a bigger scale, like, you're actually gonna upset some people. And
oh, I already know I'm gonna lose probably some friends. I think I might have. You know what I mean?
Oh, why?
Bro, it's just like, my roommate really wanted to get an apartment together, you know. We worked together, and then, you know, I hit that email and it was crazy, and then I straight up told him, and I went and interviewed, and like, as soon as I came back and I told him the story, he's like, you know, like he threw mad shade instead of like, and it was negativity, bro. It was just like, he was like, I think you're really drinking the juice, man. And I was like,
what juice?
Like, the juice of this place.
Oh,
you
so
know what I mean?
Does he know he follows us, or he's...
No, I showed him, but I came home and I was like the crazy thing is like, I had that thought about like getting in a wreck, but like what happened was like, on the way home, like everything clicked for me. I was like, oh man, this is more than just like a sober living. Like, this is a movement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, this has never been done before. And like, in my head, I was like, back in like the 30s, like, what was their form of marketing? Well, it says in like the prefaces that like, we decided to write a book to reach these other people.
Right.
And that was marketing back then.
Yeah.
We'll just decide to write a book. And then I was like, yo, like, when I was like on drugs, I wouldn't sit around and Google rehabs and like try to think about like how much my life sucks. But like, if it pops up on my phone and I fuck with these people and it automatically comes to me, and like, I look at like how their lives are and like all these preconceived connotations of what sobriety is, and like the kind of person that I have to be that are probably wrong, are like, and these people are like the exact opposite of like what I thought sobriety was, bro. Like, that's fucking crazy.
So
yeah, you bring up a good point.
It can
'cause
come to them,
it's
bro.
like being an example, right?
Yeah, or like I think
The only
like
way you can do it is by being an example.
people say it at meetings all the time. Like I thought an alcoholic was an old man like living under a bridge, and it's like, or like I'm in a band and I love music.
Oh, it wasn't going?
No.
Fuck.
Damn.
Yeah, so this is the thing. This is the clip that I want to post. It's fine though. This is the clip that I want to post because that's dope. Because that's kind of what that's what I've been thinking lately.
Bro.
Yeah, because it's like the only way you can actually influence somebody is by being an example. You could talk till you're blue in the face or whatever, but if they see you and they're like, wow, you know, like.
So I just want to say to the editor that what Jordan just said. I don't even care that we have the video. I want to try to use that piece of audio because you're right. We are living in a time when there's an oversaturated amount of content being pushed on everyone, especially young people. So I want this message to be a part of one of the many things that they see. And if it resonates with them, then like maybe they can get what we got. And maybe we can reach some people who wouldn't otherwise have searched for it, like what you said.
Yeah, like they're not gonna Google a rehab,
Right.
You know what I mean? They're not gonna be sitting there in the trap house like Googling a rehab. But you know, like if this pops up and like they see the culture, and it's not like an old man under a bridge in a raincoat, you know what I'm saying? And
Well,
they're
it's
like,
the opposite.
They're like, wait, like
It's like
this dude, like. Wait, his wife's not even sober? You can date people that aren't sober?
Yeah.
Or like, I'm a fucking musician and I want to go on tour and I want to play in bars. And it's like, well, like you can do that shit and like follow these people's life. Like all it takes is like them to like start following and be like, whoa, like that's not what I thought sobriety was going to be like.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people doing it. Like, but me and Mikey did go on tour when we first got sober, and we don't look like, you know, what you think maybe a sober person should look like. But there are tons of other really cool people in recovery. And when I first started going to meetings in Santa Monica, I was blown away. It was like one cool kid after another. Yeah. But everyone's scared, or at least they were when I was coming up, about, you know, going public or talking about it or posting about it. Even the word posting is like almost has like a taboo or like a negative connotation to it. But the way I see it is it's just a way for to reach other human beings.
Yeah, bingo. And that's like,
that's it.
And it's, yeah, like, and that's one of the things like my homie like was talking about. He was like, I don't know, throwing some shade like this isn't gonna work, da 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 da. Like you guys are just gonna be like every other sober living, and I'm like, no, like we're doing something different.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Well, maybe, but at least we're trying.
Yeah, and it's like
maybe it won't work, but our intentions are to try to do this. Or do you think it's not possible? I mean, that's what I would ask him.
Yeah, no, and I did, and like you could tell like he was coming from hate. You know what I mean? And like. Well, I just don't want to fuck with that.
But I wonder if that was only because he just wanted you to be his roommate.
It is, and he's a salesman, and that's why he was trying to sell me. But like,
yeah, and if he was a better salesman, he would have tried to sell you not by throwing shade at us, but by trying to build up his case. And just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, my opinion is that this is a thing, and it probably is going to happen because this dude he'll die trying. One, and it's happening.
I know.
Dude, we're sitting in the house.
It's happening. Like people are excited.
And the movement started before the house.
Yeah.
Even.
I'm really blessed to have like a supportive family. I just want to say that like none of this would have been possible if I didn't have a good relationship with my family. And I sort of have gone against some of the advice I've gotten from some sponsors and maybe my therapist to sort of like be independent. But in the back of my mind, I've always been like, if I want to do big things, I'm going to need financial support from some people. And I'm not too ashamed to say it here. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people, they want to try to hide the fact that like they're getting financial help from their family and they just did it on their own or whatever. I've done a lot of shit on my own, but it really wasn't on my own because I still had some help on the side from like my family or whatever. But I work hard, and none of this would have been possible just from the financial support. Like you need to be, I mean, doing all, no one taught me how to do this. No one taught me how to, you know, so.
What are you supposed to do? Just like stay stagnant? You know what I mean? Just because you were born into that situation?
Well,
you know
no,
what I
that,
mean?
but
Like,
that's the thing is a lot of people that have that, they don't have the drive and the passion to turn it into something.
Right.
So,
Or they're just so ingrained and hardwired to be dependent on family. They don't really know how.
yeah, so I was lucky enough to have a supportive dad who also showed me what it looked like to work really hard. And then I also kind of figured out the trick to life, or I figured out something early on that like, if you want to do what you love for your living, you have to work twice as hard. I don't even like the word work. You have to spend twice as much time. You have to make it your life. And then just maybe you don't have to ever work. You can just do that thing forever. Right?
I think you could also like speak things into existence. And if you speak them into existence and it's followed by action, then things happen. And I think that's how things happen.
Not now we're talking.
Where'd you
yeah.
get that from?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
Like one of my homies that sold drugs back in the day.
Yeah,
like,
dude, drug dealers are fucking smart.
He was like, yo, like one day I'm going to get this amount delivered to this much.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not taking the cash there. They're bringing it to me and it's going to be on front. And I'm like,
Good
bro,
luck.
you're fucking crazy.
And it happened.
It fucking happened, bro.
But he told you that philosophy that if you think it and speak it,
Yes.
and
that's like, and like learning from him, bro, he is like not above like throwing the conversation out there, like, yo, let's talk business, da 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 da. And like from that, like, bro, I learned, like, that's why I sent the email. You know what I mean? That's like why I did it. Like, that's where I learned it. And like, that's probably like one of like the lessons that I learned when I was out there.
That's
is like,
great,
you
man.
can speak things into existence, but you can, I'm not talking about those conversations you're doing at the table until like 8 a.m. I'm talking about you speak those things into existence and then you act on it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think,
Bro,
the action is what makes it exist.
yeah, and that's like, it's like Scarface.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
That's
So
yeah.
like, I'm not trying to deal drugs, but I see Tony Montana. I'm like, oh, this dude just like made shit happen. And I will say this, like when you're dealing in illegal trafficking or drugs, I think it's a little bit easier to win.
No taxes
And at the end,
or regulations.
but at the end of the day, you're gonna probably lose big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did this dude get caught? Is he fucked, or is he still crushing?
He's doing all right.
Okay, great. Eventually, it's gonna catch up to him.
That was my story.
But like, when you're trying to do it like this, and it's a message of like experience, strength, and hope, and learning to lose, like it takes a little longer, and you're not gonna see money right away, and you almost have to be crazy. And I'm like, yeah, I do think that learning to lose could be a cultural phenomenon, or I want it to be.
Maybe that's why Astrid sent that picture.
Well,
I don't know. Can I ask an off topic? Just a little curious.
Yeah.
So you did some time in jail a couple times. How many times?
Bro, I didn't do that much time, to be honest with you. I have loving parents too. You know,
good.
you know what I mean? Like, my parents went in and they were like, my bond was set at $100,000, and like, in Kentucky, you get 10%ed after 3 days. And if like you're allowed, like they'll 10% your bond and it's 10,000. And I don't know how they did it. I don't know if they like paid 10,000 cash or like hired like a bail's bondman, or like they like put up the house where it was like an surety bond where if I left and I ran, then they lost the house. But they got me out after like not that long, like less than a week. They got me out, but
So
I was
you
on
had-
an ankle monitor.
You had one stint and it was a week.
No, I'd been to jail for like 18 days before that. I had 2 DUIs, but the first time I had a DUI it was bad.
So you
I did
never
10 days and then 18 days for another DUI, and then the trafficking case. Yeah.
So you never made it out of like the county. You never went to actual jail. So.
No, I was lucky.
And you know, having that support and getting out when you did, and that could be that may have been the difference between you being here now and out on the street. It's like, that's dope. Great.
Yeah, no, it's like
I don't care, dude. I'm so fucking so done with like the people thinking that like it's cool to like either do time or to not get help from your parents, or to be the fucking guy in the corner of the party who's like not talking to anybody. Like, fuck all the things that we think are cool. Like, that's not cool.
Well, I just got to say, the guy in the party not talking to anybody, he might just be really scared.
Right. No, like,
But it comes off pretentious sometimes.
no, but
Yeah.
like everybody is scared.
Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe they just don't know how, or they're too more scared. Or
Even like Tony Montana. Like,
who's Tony Montana? Isn't that a sports dude?
Scarface. Like the even like the gnarliest fucking drug dealers, right? Like, I just found out that fucking Rick Ross has like has seizures and shit. Like, nobody wants to talk about their shit. They just want to play it like they're whatever, but everybody like has struggles and cries and shits and has fucking stomach
That's what I
problems.
look at when
everybody has things.
I look on the Hinge and you see these girls in Bel Air or whatever, and they're all Kardashianed out, and they're all these trips and shit. I'm thinking, they make stinky shits too, just like I do. You know, like they're human.
Yeah, and that's actually, again, just to go back to learning to lose, it's like, dude, accept that you're imperfect and that you're flawed. Actually, let's put a fucking flashlight. Let's shine a light on it. Let's talk about it. Let's, like, when I saw Rick Ross posting about that Caesar shit,
Okay,
like,
who's Rick Ross, real quick?
Rapper?
yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
he's like a
Yeah.
big,
Not
like,
the real Rick Ross. Like,
no,
Yeah.
but this fool's like, you know, big gangster, badass rapper. I don't know why I thought of that, but just, you know, just anybody.
So
you
he has
know?
like epilepsy or something?
I don't even really know, dude. All I'm saying is that that's not the type of shit a dude like Rick Ross is.
His image is larger than life.
Well, those things
Yeah.
help me, because the Meniere's, you know, I thought that was going to stop me, but it hasn't.
Yeah. And dude, I don't know if this would have worked 10 years ago. Like the shit I'm doing.
Probably not.
I don't know.
Maybe,
But
probably
I
not.
just feel like we're at a time in you know, with social media and culture where people are just like, I get it. Like, you're fucking rich, you're on a boat, like, we're over it.
Yeah.
You get money.
It's actually a turn off
You-
now.
but then there's also like a bunch of people trying to give out like motivational advice, like, go do this, get motivated, like, work out, like, it's like, nah, fool, I had a hard fucking day and I'm fighting with my wife and I'm just trying to get through today. Yeah, I got 15 years sober, but like, shit is not easy. That's like what I'm saying. And it's like, fucking so many people are like, hopefully more. In my mind right now, I just said that, and my mind is like, dude, what are you saying, fool? You only have like 400K. Wait till you get to like 40 mil, then you can say something. I mean, that's the unsatisfied mind that I have. You know what I mean? Like, I have this unsatisfied mind. It's an alcoholic. Alcoholism is an unsatisfied mind. So let me just digress. Like, we're here. We're okay. We're having a cool podcast, and like, your friend, it helps your friend.
Yeah.
And like, that's enough.
And I didn't die on the way here, and hopefully I won't die on the way home.
I mean, that's it.
There's a lot of people trying to get on that boat too. That not even the dude who owns the boat, but there's so many people just trying to get on that boat because all they see is the good. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's that guy with the boat that's posting all this stuff, and then there's people that are like, I have to post nothing but positive things just to get on that boat with him and take a, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a sin because it's a turnoff to me because I want to see the real person. I want to, you know, who are you? Like, it just.
Yeah, but that girl's pictures were hot and it turned you on and it attracted you to her.
True.
So
but,
we don't
you
need
can
to
be attractive and real.
Yeah, I don't think that it's like here's my thing is it's not wrong to like show the dope shit and like be dope and make sure you look good sometimes. But I think it's also dope to like be honest and flawed and overcome your flaws. And I don't know, I just think being honest is like, dude, there's this like trend happening right now where, have you seen this, where the girls are like, this is the picture I took, but like, this is how I really look. And they like kind of like stick their stomach out a little bit.
I haven't seen that one.
It's like this thing that's happening on Instagram right now and like TikTok where like the girls.
I've seen a little bit, yeah.
The girls will post like the touch up photo and then they'll post like the real photo, right? Yeah. But like the real photo like looks really good too. You know what I mean? So it's like people want to try to act like they're getting honest, but they're only getting as honest as they're willing to get and look. And I'm still struggling and like, dude, I'm on this weird tip these days where I'm like, if I even feel like I don't want to post something because I look bad, I'm almost like, all right, you have to do it. You know what I mean? Like I'm almost on that tip now where it's like, I'm like leveling up. Like I'm reaching new levels of vulnerability. Like I had this crazy argument with my wife about OnlyFans money. Did you know that?
Yeah, you had an OnlyFans? Yeah.
So like, yeah, we made like over 150K. Sorry, that's
shout out OnlyFans.
I mean, that's just crazy to me.
How much do they take a tax? Like
I don't know, but hold up. So she's basically yelling at me in the kitchen, talking about like, you're like taking, you have all the money and you don't like, and you use it all for your own shit. And I'm looking like real bad. And I tried to defend myself and I did. And I'm like, yeah, but like, mind you, like I'm already dealing with so much hate. So I'm already thinking like, okay, these fools are going to eat this shit up and be like, I told you this fool is that dude. And I posted it anyway. I didn't even really, like, I don't even think I edited it. I just said like, this is just what it really looks like. Because nobody that's crushing it on like OnlyFans or anywhere is like posting about that type of, like the fights they have with their.
Do you get anxiety because they hate?
You mean like before or the post?
No,
or
after.
Well, I'm not really reading any of it anymore. I'm just going hard and I don't even care anymore.
Bro, on the one video of my interview, I was like, oh man, I said some cheesy shit. And then some people called me out because I was like, oh, we both got blonde hair. And they're like, oh, that's all it takes to like be qualified. You just have to have like blonde hair.
See, I didn't read any of those comments.
I was like,
and I just want you to know that we would love to support you and inspire and like bring you into this thing and build you up. And I will tell you right now, TikTok is a weird place, bro. TikTok is a place where they reward real life, but there's also a lot of people that like don't even know, like because it's reaching people that don't follow you, they're more prone to like just saying some dumb shit.
yeah.
Whereas on Instagram, they reward celebrity and you have followers and you don't get as much like random hate.
Yeah.
But I will say that like there's way more people that are getting something good. Obviously, I'm sure you know that. You've seen that.
Yeah.
But we react and we the negative shit like really hits us and we hold on to that. Like you probably only how many were there? A lot of
there's like 3-4 negative ones and like 10.
Okay, cool.
12
So you're thinking
good.
about and also you have to think about this, like I have to try to help people understand like the truth. Like, so like that video probably has, did I post it?
Yeah.
It's got to have at least 20 or 30K. Okay. So let's just say it has 20,000. It's, you know what? Let's just look at it. We're gonna break this shit down just so you understand, just so that we all have like a clear understanding of like what's really happening.
Well, we know it's a very small percentage that are negative.
No, but it's not even just that. That's not even what I'm trying to say right now.
It's like out of the 20K, there's only 27 comments, and out of the 27 comments, it's like 4 or 5 negative comments.
So you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So here's the video. 17K. So there's almost 800 likes, 28 comments, and 17,000 views. So, you know, what are those percentages? Like, you know, I guess we'll just look at it like this: 800 likes, 28 comments. So just you know, it's like, and then the 3 that are bad, we're like, oh shit. But like, think about what 3 is to 800, right?
It's nothing.
And then like 17,000 out of those 17, the ratio is probably the same. It's probably like, you know, maybe 1,000 out of the 17,000 are like, and are hating. But like the other crazy thing is that, you know, most people, they just like watch it and they just get like, they just go, oh, crazy. Like, wow, these fools are showing an interview that they're having for a sober living. Like, wow, that's cool. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
That's it. And then you just keep hitting them. You keep hitting them. And then maybe they're like, oh, I recognize that fool. What's going on? And then maybe they see 20 things and then they get hit with something that really means something to them.
I don't know. I think the negative people are actually sick people. Because why would you even I would never even just spend time. If there's something I like, I might say, oh, that's cool or funny. But I'll never like talk shit about somebody.
But that's another thing, is they're actually probably, I think out of all the negativity, that there's probably like a good percentage of those people that are actually like fans, but they're just saying some dumb shit.
Stoking the fire.
But they like probably love it.
Right.
It's weird, dude. People are just weird. And I just like, fuck it. I'm just over it. I'm just so grateful to have this, like, but bro, I've been at this shit for so long. Like, yeah. I've been fucking grinding on social media for fucking years, dude. And it's just like.
So are you like a outgoing person or like a shy person, or?
It depends on the situation.
Seems like you're doing pretty well, just kind of being dropped into all this.
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
No, that's the crazy thing. But like, if I go to like a large group of people where it's like, sometimes like you go to a meeting and it's like that dude in the corner that doesn't talk to anybody.
Yeah, that's
you go there and it's like, or not just that, it's you go there and then there's like 20 people in a room acting like that, but acting like that because they want you to think that they're better than you.
Yeah.
And when I came here, I didn't get one of those vibes. Like,
yeah,
it was crazy.
We're so past that. And I would love to go into what we're going to do. And what I love doing is going into situations like that, sober, even at like parties where fools are drinking, and just like being that dude that's like, just like totally himself and like stoked and like happy. And
that's cool. What alcohol did for me.
Yeah.
At the club, you know what I mean? I could be like, oh yeah, dap this person up, dap that person up, give a little head nod, you know what I mean? And like, but people see that, they're like, oh damn. And it kind of like puts things into perspective, but like going into it sober, I'm like,
yeah, but you thought you were looking like dope or fun loving, but really
the bartender's like, who is this fool?
You're just like drunk. Yeah. You know, and you're not, but when you do it sober, it's a little bit more authentic and you're more clear headed, and what you're saying has more validity, more weight, and more meaning. And I've gone to parties, and the thing that it kind of it gets annoying to me is that like no one's really even on the level because they're all fucking drunk.
Yeah. It is annoying. Drunk people are annoying.
But like, you know, I'm just thinking of this Fantagram. Have you heard of Fantagram?
Yeah, the band with the hold on. Let me give me like 10 more seconds.
The producer,
it's like one of like their songs is talking about like addiction, but with a person.
right?
It's like I forgot which one it was.
Like this dude's like, you know, pretty much spilled his like heart to me. He just needs to he needs to get sober, and he like can't.
Yeah.
And I met him at a party, and we just like vibed, and he's like super ill. This dude Jesse, like he's on the level. Like he really is like, just super knowledgeable and talented, and like a real fan of art and movies, but he's just like wasted. So I'm just like, I don't know. It just doesn't really. It's hard to really connect or have it go anywhere, or get a word in, or you know what I mean. But yeah, I've vibed with a lot of different people.
Do you think I should let Astrid back in?
I think that we should talk to her. I think that you should like. I don't know. If I was you, I would be like, let's Pat's a part of this. Let's all do it. Like if she hit me up, I would be like, let's have Billy. Let's make it right with Billy, too.
Oh yeah, like at some point. But should I even, I mean, should I forgive her? I forgive her already, but you want me to hit record? Is that what this?
Yeah. I was just gonna go do it, but I didn't want to, or maybe. Yeah, this is a tricky one because I just.
Oh, you have a timer in your head, huh?
This is a tricky one just because I personally would say, yeah, we always let people back in.
Really?
We always forgive everyone.
Then
I don't know.
See what she does.
I mean, this woman is like borderline evil, but like with power. Like a really like powerful leading like leader in have you heard of Primetime?
Primetime? No.
It's like it's like a meeting.
Okay, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Where like we focus on steps 1, 2, and 3, and alcoholism.
Where's it at?
Alcoholism, ego, and self. It's like. It's so weird to even talk about where a meeting was.
I know. It's like, oh, I thought because they'd be like, why are you talking about our meeting?
No.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that. It's in the Valley, like by Fatburger.
Okay. I think I've been to meetings and people are like, say they're leading. They're like, I have a home group. It's called Prime Time, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
Good speakers, good message, no drunkalog. Solution based, how we stay sober in the day we're in, and how our mind acts sober. Yeah. How awareness of our mind.
I mean, I've forgiven Angela. I don't hold any. It's so weird. I hold no animosity towards any of them.
Wow, it's rad.
Like, isn't that? If there was anyone too, that should be them, right?
I mean, it's definitely like a little like Ash. She's a little scary.
Yeah, like you don't want to like share information with her or anything, but
I mean, but the thing about her is like, fuck. I just got like
she'll turn on you. She'll use anything. You can't trust her.
Yeah, right? Yeah. You now you know that. So like. I don't think you're ever gonna let her back in the way she maybe would want.
Well, I wouldn't talk to her like I talk to you or anything, but
I'm just like she's, Like we're working on like your story right now on the show.
Yeah, is it weird timing though? You know what I mean? Like, you think she saw the TikTok?
Yeah, she pulling an angle.
7,000 followers all of a sudden, and she's like, "Oh shit!" Like, it's a glow up. You know what I mean? Like,
It's a what?
like the glow up. You know what I mean? Like,
It's hard to tell.
now
Who knows?
it's like
Wait, what does that mean?
glow up is like I don't know. It's just like, to me, it's like people saw you one way, and then all of a sudden now she's like, "Oh, like Barry's using TikToks now. Like Barry like has 7,000 followers. He's like sending emails and shit." And she's like, "Oh man, like."
Well, the weird
like,
thing is they both kind of wanted to destroy me,
yeah,
and just crucify me, and I just grew wings and flew.
yeah. Now you're like doing independent
And none
things.
of the shit's true. The fucking bullshit they tried to get on me is just bullshit.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
It's crazy how that works.
yeah, I don't know, dude. I still think that it's weird. Like haters, like we're still not on the level where like the haters turn yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're still like preying on the downfall. You know, like because we're not really. Like the house isn't really up and running.
It's not the first yet.
Yeah, but
they're like, watch. They can still be like, watch. That's gonna fucking fail.
This is
Yes.
learning
You
to
know what I
lose,
mean?
man.
Yes,
I
yeah.
mean, so we fell. We tried.
Well,
Fuck
that's
you.
we,
You know, we tried.
We know that, but like, there's still like a year from now when this is going. If this goes good and the brand is growing and like it's really a thing and it's undeniable, which some would argue it already is that, then like I remember when I was in a group called Hypercrush.
Yeah, I looked them up.
And we came up with LMFAO. You know them? We actually kind of like, we were very instrumental. I was very instrumental in helping them come up. I gave them their first shows. We put them on like big time. And they started to grow. And I started catching some feelings because I felt like they were being sort of selfish, which is fine. I was just in early recovery and I was running off of ego and I was starting to get jealous and I wanted to keep them under us and they just fucking blew.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until they were undeniably blown when I was like, all right, like I'm ready to start sucking some dick or whatever. Like it wasn't till they were like so big where I was just like, all right, like we have to like make shit right or just be willing, you know, like it's just crazy how hard, how I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like once they got that big, you're like, okay, I can turn, right? Is that?
No, I'm saying that I was like hoping that they weren't gonna. I was still delusional in my thinking that we were.
Yeah, I get
going,
exactly what you're saying.
That they weren't as big as they were, or we were still gonna be as big or bigger. Just I don't think this way anymore.
It's like there's still a chance. Like, you know, they're like this could happen.
But even just that competitive thinking in general is what brought about this learning to lose brand, because it's completely the opposite of all that. I still have to kind of keep that competitive, you know, win, get money side of my brain. Like I have to keep that at bay. I have to keep that. I don't want to get sucked into that kind of thinking. And that's what this whole thing is about. But at the time, I'm just saying I know what that is. That's what brought all this about. And for your haters to recognize your success, it takes a lot of success.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking right now, she could negatively influence me. Even if I open up, she could start putting little hooks and shit, and I think it's a bad idea.
If you let her.
You know how that stuff is? The people you hang around, you start to kind of emulate and act like.
You might.
No, everybody does.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that I'm.
They influence you in your mind some way or another.
Right.
Yeah, it's just always.
I think that there are different I think that there are different, there's alphas, there's leaders, there's different, like Jason, he will influence me.
Are we talking about the men's groomer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he has that, I don't know, that thing, right? But I think that I'm mostly, I know, like Wickham, like I'm in a mentor position with Wickham. Like, but I guess you're right. Wickham actually, even though he's younger and less experienced, like I have adopted some of his stuff. And I think, yeah, we all do kind of.
Put it this way. If you just started suddenly hanging out with a bunch of thugs, eventually you'd start having thug mentality. It would just happen.
Right.
Whoever you're around, that's why you want to hang around the winners,
but
they say.
Here's what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
If we start hanging out with a bunch of newly sober alcoholics, I'm not going to start acting like them. So I'm saying it does matter who the people are. Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm saying. I think different people have different levels of influence and different like levels of like alpha and like,
right. But you're in a different position with them.
Right.
But if they were like peers in your group, your friends. She
just sent you a photo. That's funny because I just recently sent Jesse Roof a photo of me. Sharin's dude? Oh, yeah. I sent him a photo of me, Gus, and Chris Saavedra and him, like back in the day when we were like sober boys. And now he just has a kid. He's with Sharin, and they just don't even, I never hear from him.
She's another one I'm afraid of, Sharin. Not Jesse, but Sharin.
Yeah.
Just don't want to.
But really, they're just alcoholics.
Yeah,
you're
right.
But here's the thing, though, is it gets dangerous when you have an alcoholic who's like really smart and successful and manipulative and like me,
driven.
Like if I'm in a position to like use my influence and my power, and I could really do a lot of bad if I wasn't really doing this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And constantly checking yourself type shit.
Yeah. And
that's the daily struggle with all of us.
Yeah.
Though, really.
Yeah. And that's why I think a lot of people see me and that's why I think your friend actually has like some validity to what he's worried about, because like all cults or organizations have the potential to go south and to get corrupt. Have you ever seen the Wild Country documentary?
No.
It's amazing.
Which one is that? Which cult?
It's the one about the Rajneeshis. They like took over this whole town, and their intentions were so pure, and like their idea of having this community was so dope. Yeah. And it just became like actually Ted Bundy, Ted Kaczynski, even like Hitler. Like we were talking about this on the last podcast. Like a lot of these dudes had dope intentions when they started out, and it just fucking became like
power corrupts absolutely.
Evil.
Or right. Something like that, yeah.
Which is why like the name like Learning to Lose, it's almost like uncorruptible, because it's the idea behind it is one of loss, humility, flaws, and growth in that pain and darkness and vulnerability. And but yeah, I kind of see what you mean, and I kind of agree with you. Like, just fall back, dude. I mean, I'm kind of like, you know what my initial thoughts were? Yeah, tell her to come over, and we're gonna all fucking hash it out, and we're gonna group her on her behavior. And if she can get honest about it and own her part, and like apologize for what she did, and like look at it, which I think could be maybe that might even just be impossible for someone like her.
Yeah, and I don't think I want to go back into that and like defend myself and all that shit and have accusations. I think it's best just to leave her alone.
Tell her this. Say, look, yeah, me and Pat would love to meet you, but we're filming our meeting and talking about everything that went down. Our intention is to right this relationship and to get and to clear the air. We're both good people who want to make every relationship in our life as good as it can possibly be and use our experience to help others. So if you're willing to come and like work it out and like film it and expose everything, you have way more to lose than her, by the way.
I know.
If she's willing to do that, let's fucking do it. That's that fucking punk rock shit right there.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm willing.
Okay. Well, that would be my suggestion. Because I don't think getting back into bed with someone like that is chill unless everyone,
all worked out.
Unless everyone gets tested for STDs or whatever.
Test and tased.
Yeah. But like we read tonight, bro, we were just reading about how like we can make the relationships right if we just like work through it and we fight through it and we get honest. We look at our own shit and we communicate.
You gotta be willing to be exposed.
Right. Which you are, but
I was, but I'm so over that shit. I don't really want to revisit any of it. I have a part, you know?
What is it?
Well, I had some behaviors that I wasn't happy about and all that shit.
Yeah, but that's really not even your part. Cause like, yeah, you're in a really unique position because like, I'm trying to say what's your part in the blowout that night.
Oh no, I don't.
One of my friends was filming her and she fucking lost her shit. Because she was talking about some relationship she had with some guy in prison she didn't want anyone to know about. Later, she shared about it at a meeting. But one of my guys was filming it because that's just what we do. And then she fucking blew up on him just for being in the fucking room.
What?
Because he was the only one who she had any power over.
Oh,
so
man.
she called his wife and wrecked his life and basically was talking about, oh, he had all this, you know, porn, these issues with like porn and all this other shit.
She gaslit him.
Well, I did have issues with porn,
kind of.
and I
But
shared
what is
it
that?
with her.
I don't really like this word everyone's been
Gaslight?
throwing around lately.
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
I'm not even sure what it means, even though it's been explained to me 100 times.
Because he didn't do anything to gaslight. She just
No,
fucking.
I mean, like, but yeah, that's true.
She
He
just-
didn't
she
fucking
just-
even. He was just there.
She just attacked him because he was like at my house and he's sort of my friend and he's now supporting me. He met me after he met her. And now we're doing all this stuff and she's feeling the competitive thing with me and her. But rather than attack me, she just attacked him because she's mad that he was fucking with me. And I like filmed her. If I'm her,
That's malicious.
How do you feel about having a camera in your face all the time, even when you're feeling vulnerable and ugly or stupid or whatever you're feeling?
Oh, bro. Like, yeah, that was the thing, bro. Like, I had my fears too. You know what I mean? Especially like it started with the comments, and then it was like then I was like, oh fuck. You know what I mean?
Oh fuck, no, I don't know what you mean.
Like, I don't know, bro. Like that could happen to anybody, you know?
The comments?
No. Just somebody just like what if someone attacks me? It was my first thought.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like what if the same exact thing happens to me?
It'll probably happen at some point.
Wait,
not
I was
exact.
Wait, what do you mean attacks you?
Like, damn. I don't even want to speak it into existence. You know what I mean?
You won't.
Yeah, but
No,
like
that's the thing though, is that's like kind of a superstition. You have to do the work to make shit happen.
Yeah.
You can't just talk about it. You have to
And
work towards
talking
it.
about-
yeah.
And
Like
you have to believe it.
Talking about it is healing, but if you dwell on it and you keep that thought, that's what turns
Yeah,
into
so exposing the fear is a good thing.
so my
So you're gonna be killing it by talking about it.
All right. Someone was like, I was like, dude, how many dick pics do I have out there? You know what I mean? Like that was my fear. Like,
Oh my God.
Yeah, everybody does.
Hold up. Imagine how I feel.
oh shit, yeah, you got
Bro.
the OnlyFans.
I have. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Fuck them. Everyone's got private.
everyone
no,
has stuff.
no. Everyone has a dick. Everyone has a naked body.
Yeah.
Why is it that our culture is like demonized that? It's so weird. We think about things so. Okay, cool. Another thing is you have to. I don't think people realize this. Nobody can share like nudity on any social media platform.
Yeah, that's true.
So it would just get taken down.
Just gets taken down.
So like if some like fan of mine tried to like put me on blast, A, they have no fucking followers.
They got to pay for it.
B, well, no, but whatever. I'm saying it's not expensive. It's like, yeah, I'm saying A, they have no followers. B, what are they going to do? Post it on Instagram? It's going to get taken down.
Yeah.
I mean,
but that was that was my one fear. I even called my sponsor. It's like, bro, like don't quit your day job. You know what I mean? Like
your one fear about what?
Just like having a camera in my face, I guess. You know what I mean? He's like, bro, don't quit your day job. Basically, like you're not that important. Like no one really cares, dude. Like you care because it's about you. You know what I mean?
And that was actually an epiphany that I had that really helped me. I don't even want to call it strength. Oh, but I was going to say that epiphany helped me have the willingness to do the type of shit I do because I realized that I'm just one small person in the grand scheme of things. And like, even though like there are a lot of people watching it and a lot of people commenting, they're like moving on with their lives 5 seconds after they have that comment. And nobody really cares.
Yeah.
We're only really tripping on ourselves and our thing, and everyone else is in the same boat. They're tripping on their shit,
right?
Not yours.
So your fear is that if you get exposure, somebody might come out with some of your deviant behaviors or whatever.
Yeah, that was my fear.
So come out with it.
With it.
Talk about that fear, so that nobody can expose it. You sent out dick pics, so what?
Yeah,
we all have. We all have.
Yeah. That's just an example. You know what I mean? There's like, even like, you know, my past relationships, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like not being faithful or some girl blasting me, you know what I mean? And like, I deserve it probably.
So then you share it, you talk about it, and then others will relate to your experience. And then you're helping people because you're willing to look vulnerable and expose something that happened with you and you grew from it. We're not perfect. Yeah. That again is the whole thing.
Yeah, you know, I don't really feel good about saying like I was a porn addict or a sex addict or used women or all that shit, but it really does help people because a lot of people do deal with that shit. But it's not like if I just sent this podcast to that girl, if she listened to this one, she's gonna be like, I'm not gonna date that fucking lunatic deviant.
You know what? You'd be surprised, bro. 9 times out of 10. They just,
if you're honest, things work out.
That's true.
9 times out of 10, they're like, oh shit, he was able to get honest about that. And that's the worst thing he did. That's the skeleton in his closet. All right, cool. Because most guys aren't even ever talking about their skeletons. Right. And we all have them.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking crazy.
So what else? What do you have a day job?
I do.
What do you do?
I'm a tech at a rehab.
Like a counselor sort of thing?
Like a. I mean, not a counselor, but like it's a RDTA. It's a registered RADT, registered alcohol and drug technician.
I was thinking about getting that. So if I wanted to do some stuff around here, I'd actually have like a license. Did you go to online school or something?
It's like a half a day class.
Oh, that's
online.
it?
Yeah, and then you're like pretty much licensed to work with drug addicts in any rehab for 5 years. Basically what that is, it's a promise saying that like within 5 years you'll get your KDAC degree, which is like a certification. You take some classes online and then like you would be like a registered counselor in California.
It's not too intensive though, is it?
The RADT?
All of it. Like you start there and then you get the RADT. That's the...
No, you start with your RADT, which is like a 5-hour, 10-hour class online. You finish that and then basically get you have five years to make your mind up whether or not you want to go back to school and actually be a counselor or not. But the counselor degree, you can do it in 6 months online.
Okay, so it's
You know
not
what I mean?
super. It's not real intensive.
No, it's not like a bachelor's degree or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might do that just so I could maybe do some counseling or something.
Yeah. No, yeah, you could totally do it. But the thing is you have to get hours in. You know what I mean? Like to become a counselor, if you have
But
your
I can't do it as sober living. I have to actually do it.
you have to go to a rehab to have those hours.
I mean, here's the thing though. It's like you don't need to have any of that shit here.
Fuck no.
You just need to have experience and be sober, and you're gonna learn shit here that you're not gonna learn.
Yeah, but some
there.
of the parents and stuff might want to see that shit, right? Or
no,
or the clients
maybe at a rehab, and we're planning on opening an IOP, and possibly a rehab treatment center. But like, this is where the work happens. This is where the change.
But you're working with a dude who has a rehab, so I could probably put in hours there or something if I really wanted to.
What you talking about, like Abe and the PCI?
Yeah.
The rehab?
Yeah.
You didn't hear about what happened?
No.
They don't want to fuck with us.
Because of why?
Because Veronica microdoses mushrooms, and they saw all my content, and they're scared.
Bro, watch them flip.
Oh yeah.
Once
Well, two of the kids that they were gonna send here,
Yeah.
we went to their house, and the mom who saw the post was like loves us now.
Really?
Yeah, because the mom is like an enabler, and she's has issues with her ex, and we all do these things. Like it was a post about me. I'm like, yo, Veronica, you think you could stay sober with me tomorrow? And she's like, I don't know. I kind of just want to like trip with like my friends. And I'm like, all right, well then you better give me some good head tonight.
And that was what they're tripping on?
That's the post.
But that's like that's like putting sobriety in a box.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's
Yeah.
initially people's going to be their reaction, but after a little time, they're going to be like, oh, this is the real world.
Like, how are we
No,
supposed
but not
to?
only that, but this is a dude that's like fully being honest about his recovery in like the most transparent, vulnerable way. And he's sober. 15 years. He's got sobriety. He works steps. He's really, really doing the deal. And it doesn't look perfect. We're trying to package it so that it looks perfect.
Like everything. Like it's a corporation and you have to sell yourself on bullshit.
Like, yo, I'm almost, I start, once the more we do this and the more I see how it resonates. Like we did a commercial today for Graceland. I mean, it's you could call it a commercial, right? Wickham filmed it. Any other sober living, I make commercials for companies, right? You do the talking heads, you get the clean shots, you have the nice music. Our shit, it was the four of us out front talking about, yo, I'm like, I've been wanting to do this for so long. We just ordered the beds. Like, it was just so real. We walked through the house. We're like, yeah, this is the house. Previous owners left this in the house. It was just like so real and raw. And I feel like right now, like the ads that do the best on Instagram are the ones that are filmed with the iPhones and shit.
Yeah.
Like the world is ready for some different. I'll go to the bank and
something they can relate with.
Yeah, or just something that's like real and organic.
I could put that even into the whole world situation. Like, we don't believe politicians at all. We don't believe corporations. We know it's all fucking bullshit. So if you see some dudes that seem real, are dudes and chicks, girls and boys.
Yeah.
You might actually start really resonating at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, you're gonna get like the occasional mom or maybe.
Well, you're probably gonna get a lot of that.
Yeah,
but
then when they
think in the long run.
Yeah.
A lot of people trust Joe Rogan more than they trust CNN.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like that's why Spotify was trying to like, filter his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of his shit is like polished or.
Yeah.
What do you mean they're trying to filter it?
Well, like if he says something that's like not factual or like maybe not like maybe it's his opinion, then they started to ask him to like, I don't know, just like they tried it. They had like a board meeting or something.
Who?
Spotify. Yeah.
That may not have been a good move for him. Oh well. Too late.
Yeah.
So in summary, I see some of these ads and I'm like, it's just so fake.
Yeah.
Everything looks so good.
I'm wondering if it's just us that feels that way, or if the majority of people also feel the same.
I think they're starting to feel that way.
Yeah, it's tricky though, because you still want like a movie to look really good, and you want a commercial to have like good lighting, and like it's always you know, you don't want clutter on the table, and I mean you want them. It's like it's tricky, you know, because we're such visual people, and things do need to like look good and professional, and I don't know. I just think that like honesty, like, and realness, like it translates through the camera, through the voice, through when you meet somebody, and like you felt it when you were meeting us here.
Bro, when I was in the meeting tonight, I was looking around and like, you know that feeling where you feel like you recognize somebody, but you know you've never met them before? Bro, I felt that with like everybody in the room.
Yeah.
But like the thing is like I had met one of the dudes before. But like, and then I don't know, it's crazy. I'm like, everybody that I've ever met in LA, they've been like, I've never met anyone from Kentucky before. You know what I mean? And then
I'm curious about Kentucky.
Yeah,
How come you don't have an accent?
that's what they always say. And then like your homie walked, he's like, yeah, I just, you know, just left Kentucky actually. And then the other dude, he like, we were in Kentucky at the same time, and I'm like almost 100% that I've met him before. And yeah, it was crazy. And like, I was like, whoa. And then like, I was like looking around, I was like, I know I don't know these people, but like they look like they have familiar faces. And I was like, whoa, dude, this is
It's just an energy.
great. Yeah, it's an energy.
But it's also like something that happens in AA
yeah.
a lot. But so you're a Jack Harlow fan?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to get a pair of New Balance 993s.
Those are his.
No, he's just sponsored by New Balance, and like that's all he rocks.
How long have you been listening to him?
Like 3 years probably.
Like right when he started popping?
Yeah, like
Because Wickham's been like fucking with him for like 6 years.
6 years.
He's been fucking with him for a long. His whole thing was, I've been trying to tell this fool. Been trying to tell people about this fool for so long. And
yeah.
Well,
Nah,
who's this fool that we're talking about? Real quick.
he blew up. He blew up on TikTok.
he's
Pretty much.
Oh, with which song?
With What's Poppin', like
Oh,
there
What's
was like
Poppin'.
a What's Poppin' challenge. You know?
So
He's
he's a
rapper.
musician?
He's a
Okay.
white, young rapper that just looks like your normal, regular white dude.
Yeah.
With like curly long hair, not even that long. Just like he's just like a normal looking white dude from Kentucky.
Yeah, he looks like that dude you'd see like in the like in your high school. You know what I mean? Like walking through the hall, like, and you wouldn't even like.
Which to me is
Look
like
twice.
actually kind of cool. Like I'm like, all right, cool. A kid, a normal looking kid, like that doesn't have a bunch of tattoos on his face, can actually win just because he's ill, apparently.
I like those punks too. The punks you would never know as a punk. This is kind of dated, but there was those punk rockers that just look like normal dudes.
They were like the most hardcore though.
They were fucking punks, but they just looked like you couldn't tell.
You mean like Henry Rollins or something?
No, I mean like the fans.
Oh.
Yeah.
But like they were like they had like the part here.
They just look
and,
like
the
a
glasses.
little, not yuppie. What's before you, preppy kind of kid or something.
But I feel like there is something to dressing extra preppy as a punk rocker with like tattoos
Yeah.
peeking out. That's actually almost, I don't know, more punk. All right, let's wrap it up.
Okay. One thing I wanted to say is welcome, Jordan. And my bit of advice is stick it out. This is a good place, but it can get pretty hairy and dramatic sometimes.
But I mean, we don't want to put anyone on blast, really.
Well, we don't want to, but everyone's going to get in the hot seat at some point.
But do you have a TikTok?
Yeah, I got 2 TikToks.
I should have tagged you.
Next time.
Yeah. So, what are your handles? Just for my editor, so when we post this,
My phone's dead. Handle is, it's Woody. Be like that.
Coyotes.
But like it's just Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan Woodrum.
So if someone
underscore,
searches, so if she's really good, she finds the handles.
Which one do you want them to use?
I was thinking, like, should I change my handle or just keep it at Woody Be Like That?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll just fuck with that. Or I was just going to change it to just my name, which would be...
Whatever.
Yeah.
Because when you search for your name, the handle comes up.
The handle comes up. Yeah, so Instagram is Jordan Woodrum _. TikTok is Woody Be Like That. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
So I actually get kind of a kick out of, like, how fast we can, like, blow someone up. So how many followers are you on TikTok?
TikTok? Oh, like 30. Like 30 followers. I have like 2 TikToks.
Yeah, so we'll get you to 3,000, like, easy.
You got to show them the technique and everything.
Yeah, so we have a whole thing we do here. So it's like, we don't film ever with the front camera. It's always the back camera.
The back camera.
So you can't even see how you look.
Okay.
You're just like, it's like a laser coming out of this good lens. It's a better lens anyway. And we just, we just talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like we're just, so what do you think?
But what about like the zoom in and zoom out?
Like, well, I mean, I could zoom in on you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like whatever. We do that shit in post, but we'll show you all this, all the.
The trick is you can't see yourself, so you can't like judge or yourself.
I feel like it's less looking in the camera too.
You don't look in the camera.
Well, you're never looking.
Oh yeah, you're filming or you're looking, but you don't see yourself. Yeah.
Right.
So what I always notice is like, I'll be filming, right, and I'll be like, so I use this side of the camera. So what I always notice is people will look at what, like, you're seeing how I look.
Yeah.
But I can't see how I look right now. We just did a podcast with Jordan. He's going to be the new night manager. I'm really stoked. I think you're going to fit right in. And Billy, obviously.
And if you got an injury, you can come boogie boarding with us,
Oh, when my foot heals?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's your foot.
Yeah, it's my foot. So, but pretty soon I'm going to be out there for sure.
I know surfers hate we used to call them spongers.
Yeah.
They hate the spongers, but I'm just gonna sponge because I want to get in the water and I don't want to risk popping my knee out.
Yeah, don't
Jordan would. Oh wait, Jay Woody. Right. So if I'm.
Good night, everybody. I'm gonna make a salad when I get.